Hi guys, meet again with Queen MMA, a channel that will always provide information about sports, especially boxing and MMA. Mike Tyson is known for his brutal attacks and tough physique. Even in his 58 professional fights, Mike Tyson has never been seriously injured, and we never see his nose bleed at all. But in fact, there was a match where Mike Tyson fought until he had a perforated eardrum. That match was when he fought Donovan Ruddock. But on the other hand, his opponent, Donovan Ruddock, suffered a more terrible injury, where his jaw was broken. The fight itself is also a meeting between Mike Tyson and Donovan Ruddock for the second time after their controversial first meeting. Before we continue, please press the subscribe button and activate the bell for those who haven't, so you don't miss other updates from us. 1. Tyson vs. Donovan Ruddock first. When we talk about the Mike Tyson vs. Donovan Ruddock second match, of course, can be separated from the controversial fight that blew up in the 7th round in their first match. On March 18, 1991, their first match took place at the Mirage in Paradise, Nevada. At that time, after Mike Tyson hit Donovan Ruddock with a 6-punch combination, referee Richard Steele got in between them and stopped the fight, even though at that time Donovan Ruddock looked strong enough to continue the match. For referee Richard Steele, this is the second time the case has been controversial in 12 months. Where the first is during the fight between Julio Cesar Chavez vs. Melvin Taylor in 1990. At that time, Steele stopped the fight, where there were still 2 seconds left in the last round. Steele declared Taylor eliminated by technical knockout. And the second case is the fight Mike Tyson vs. Donovan Ruddock himself. As a result of the decision, Donovan Ruddock's team, Muhammad, faced a physical confrontation with Mike Tyson's coach. Meanwhile, referee Steele had to be secured backstage by Mirage's security for his safety. 9 days after the incident, the teams of Mike Tyson and Donovan Ruddock agreed to a rematch to resolve the controversy over the outcome of the previous fight. But the deal was almost void, as the Nevada Athletic Commission granted Donovan Ruddock's team, Muhammad, a 12-month suspension as the result of this confrontation. Donovan Ruddock, who threatened not to fight if Muhammad did not participate. In short, Muhammad finally announced a rematch between Mike Tyson vs. Donovan Ruddock will continue. Before the fight, Mike Tyson and Donovan Ruddock expressed their displeasure with each other. In a press conference, Mike Tyson subconsciously stated that he would make Donovan Ruddock his girlfriend. 2. Mike Tyson vs. Donovan Ruddock second. After their controversial first fight, the rematch between Mike Tyson vs. Donovan Ruddock is scheduled as soon as possible. Their second match occurred on June 28, 1991, 3 months after their first fight. But this time, the referee who led them was Mills Lane, who replaced the previous referee, Richard Steele. It takes place in the same location as before, that is the Mirage in Paradise, Nevada, USA, and is scheduled for 12 rounds. This fight was aimed at championship elimination, wherein the winner would be the mandatory top challenger for the undisputed world championship, which was then held by Evander Holyfield. In the match, Mike Tyson was finally able to win with a unanimous decision from the 3 judges. Mike Tyson then made Donovan Ruddock stagger because of his right hook in the early round. In the next round, referee Miles Lane warns both fighters for his low blow and threatens to deduct points if there is still a low blow. Mike Tyson continued to attack Ruddock with his powerful punches in the early second round. He had hit Donovan Ruddock with a combination of 3 punches, one of which was under the belt. This caused the referee to separate the two and issue a warning to Mike Tyson. After that, Mike Tyson hit Ruddock with a powerful right overhead and knocked him to the canvas. Donovan Ruddock immediately got up, but Mike Tyson continued to launch his attacks until about 30 seconds remaining in the second round. Donovan Ruddock was able to bounce back in the third round, but Mike Tyson hit back in the fourth with a right hook, which sent Donovan Ruddock to fall back to the canvas. Once again, Donovan Ruddock was able to bounce back and show a remarkable recovery. On the other hand, Mike Tyson once again got a warning from the referee for another low blow, and a warning for hitting after the bell rang. Donovan Ruddock also dropped a point in the 8th round for hitting Mike Tyson after the bell rang. The fight continued until the 11th round, where the two fighters exchanged low blows. However, this time the referee Mills Lane chose not to deduct points and only warned them. At the end of the round, Mike Tyson attacked Donovan Ruddock aggressively to get a knockout, but Donovan Ruddock was able to survive the fight without being knocked down, until finally round 12 really ended. Mike Tyson came out victorious with the consequences of a torn eardrum, while Donovan Ruddock suffered a fracture to his jaw. They finally hugged, gave respect to each other, and ended their previous fight. 3. The result of the fight. After several months of tough negotiations between Mike Tyson's team and Evander Holyfield's team, they finally had an agreement to face off in the match for the undisputed heavyweight championship on November 8, 1991. In this fight, Mike Tyson will suffer defeat against Evander Holyfield first, until finally they underwent a rematch that will not be forgotten in the history of world boxing, where Mike Tyson hit Evander Holyfield's ears while in the ring. Well, guys, that's the fierce match between Iron Mike Tyson versus Donovan Razor Ruddock, which caused Mike Tyson's eardrum to tear, and Donovan Ruddock's chin was broken. Don't forget to submit your comments in the comments section down below, like, share the video with your friends, and please turn on your notification bell to get notified when we upload the new video. See ya!